Here postgame with head coach Kyle Replitz following Milwaukee's 62-52 loss at Wright State. Coach, Wright State was battling for their first ever league title, and it seemed like they came out with a little extra something tonight.
Well, huge credit to Coach Merriweather and her staff for the season that they've had. They're definitely deserving of this honor. You know, they have a very short bench, and their players have really stuck it out for the whole season, and I'm sure she's incredibly proud of them. I thought that, we came in and really battled tonight. I thought that our intensity, our effort, our enthusiasm for one another was excellent. We just didn't finish in certain aspects. We turned the ball over way too much, had a little bit of a poor shooting tonight. But when you can hold, a team like that to 62 points, especially when we're giving up as much as we are, it really says how far our defense has come and the pride that we took on the defensive side tonight.
Absolutely. Actually carrying a 27-26 lead into the halftime locker room, just seemed like your team got the looks, just couldn't put the ball in the basket for whatever reason. The rim was smaller in the third quarter.
Yeah, and we really froze. That was really the hard part to watch from the bench. Was we have a very senior and junior laden starting lineup, and that started that third quarter. They started pressing us. They started trapping some ball screens, and it was almost like we had acted like we had never been in those situations before. If you would have told me that we would have held Wright State to 62 points, I would have told you we won by 10 with how good our offense has been in the past. We're just not at that point yet, but we have a week to correct it. I couldn't be more proud of Kayla Hayes, though. I need to make sure that I have an opportunity to mention her. She has really been growing, especially in these last 3 weeks. We've seen it in practice. Her coachability has been outstanding, and it was so awesome to be able to watch her come into the game today and really make an incredible impact on the offensive glass. She hit a really great jump shot for us, and she just played so balanced on the defensive end, and I think that that's really going to help us on that charge of finding people that are consistently playing hard and putting us in a position to be successful.
Absolutely. Kayla off the bench. Jay Two Bears, I know you mentioned before, had a great performance off the bench. Jenny and Steph again starting. I know Jenny was limited in minutes with foul trouble, but those two again stepped up big tonight.
Absolutely. Jay Two Bears is really kind of figuring out where her role is at times, and I really thought today she came in and gave us a huge lift, especially on the defensive end. Again, she hit that three, which we really needed, but defensively she was just gritty, and she understood the concepts of keeping people in front of her and not getting beat off the dribble. Which is what we really needed during that time period. And we were in a position where I had Sierra sitting on the bench and some of our upperclassmen on the bench, and Kayla and JT gave us a huge lift and put us in a position to come back. We were down 6 with only 2 minutes to go. And then Steph and Jenny, I thought, really played tough. The first time we played Wright State, they really beat us bad in the points in the paint, and this time it was 36-30. So I hope we get another shot at them. We're opposite of them in the bracket, and I really hope that we're playing them a week and a half from now in the championship game.
Speaking of the tournament, we're the number 5 seed. We know we will play on Sunday against Oakland. I guess just what's the mindset? Obviously, it's been a half an hour since the game ended, but just what's the mindset going into the league tournament?
Well, I think that our draw is an interesting one, is a tough one. I think that we're playing the hottest team in the league right now. Oakland is on, I think, a 6-game winning streak. They've been scoring an incredible amount of points. And so we've got to really lock in defensively and get our offensive game flowing again. We can't score in the 50s and expect to win. So we've got to put our heads together and get some rest. Obviously, this week is an important week for rest, but put ourselves in a position where we can come out and be successful and play with a ton of confidence. I really think that this league is up for grabs for the tournament. I think that anybody could be, cutting down those nets. And so if we can regain that confidence and know that we can really compete and beat anybody in our league and go into that game 1, then I think that we have a legitimate shot.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.